What channel? I need to know what channels are out there that they are designed to talk shit about people. Who? I want names right now. I want names. Who does that? What channels are created to talk shit about people? Never. Never. IPOS is back. He came back with a video called Clearing the Air, and I want to watch this because y'all know how much I dislike this man. It's IPOS. We're going to go at 1.5. Let's do it.
Hi. I don't really know how to start this, so I guess I'm just going to start talking, I guess. It's been a while. Hope you've been okay. I didn't want to...
Okay, hold on. Let me put him at 1.25. Alright. Apparently, when he's off the cuff, he talks faster.
really use a script for this video because anything that I say will be talked negatively about. And if I'd used a...
Absolutely! After that video and the way you acted afterwards, absolutely! Absolutely!
A written response, I felt like people would be like, oh, he's just, you know, doing this for PR.
Wait, who said that? Sosa said that. Bro holding the mic like an ice cream cone? He really is. He is holding it like an ice cream cone. Sosa, you're not wrong. Oh my God, that's amazing. That was great. That was beautiful.
In response, I felt like people would be like, oh, he's just, you know, doing this for PR. You know, I didn't want it to feel like a statement that a politician would put out. I just wanted to be me talking to you, human to human. So apologies if this is a bit rambly. This is a little different for me. I'm just gonna talk. And I guess I'll start with, kind of a big piece of criticism was that, like, I just sort of disappeared. And I did that kind of for two reasons.
Wait. Part of the criticism was that who criticized you for disappearing? Most of us were like, yes, goodbye. What?
One was that, of course, like, anything that I said wasn't going to help the situation that was happening. And so I just left. And I didn't want to really talk about it, and this is the last time I'm ever going to publicly talk about the situation again. I just also felt that people would be kind of, like, annoyed if I, like, tried to, like, come back and start making things again, and just pretend like nothing ever happened.
Okay, listen, that's actually the best thing he could have done. Just keep making videos. Just keep making videos. That's the best thing you can do. That's how most people get away from a cancellation. They just tuck their heads down and they just keep going forward. And they just keep putting up their videos, and eventually, because most people on the internet, they have a short attention span and they forget something like 2 weeks later. That's the way to win. Exactly, Ben. That is exactly the way to win. Just put your head down and keep making content. Honestly.
I didn't want to do that. Also, like, I don't really know how to make this video because the history of, like, you know, YouTube apology videos is, like, a format that is consistently made fun of for good reason. And I'm not anti-apology at all. I'm not. It's just that, like, usually, like, someone who works on the internet will mess up and then, like, immediately will put out, like, an apology video and be like, you know, I'm not that person anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay, apology videos. Apology videos are usually really bad because, okay, there have been good apology videos, all right? But they're normally bad because, well, even if it's a good apology video, it's usually cringy as hell. Like, uncomfortably cringy. That's why a lot of apology videos don't work, honestly.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, I've changed, guys. And it's complete bullshit. You know, everybody knows that it's bullshit because you're like, what do you mean you're not that person anymore? You just said that thing 2 days ago. Of course you're that person. And so, like, with my situation, I said I was going to be gone for a month. Clearly, I needed a break. I wasn't doing very well. And I ended up taking more than that because I wasn't ready to come back. And I really wanted to come back with something that showed what I could do. That showed that I would be willing to listen to criticism of me because I always am. I always want to do better. And so I hope that the John Waters video has kind of shown that. This was kind of a wake-up call moment for me. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And I guess one of the main things I wanted to talk about here is that, like, you know, when you do anything in a very public way that it isn't received particularly well, people are going to do two things, which is, like, ascribe a motive for why you did that thing, and also wildly speculate about yourself to put attributes onto you.
Okay, wait a minute. All right. Your motive was so obvious because of what you said in that video. Your motive was so obvious. You had a jealousy showing that was astronomical. You didn't like the fact that Wendigoon was getting those views. You didn't like the fact that you had a video that didn't get views. Your motivation was so obvious. You were literally saying it in your video, what your motivation was, but you were trying to hide it. But you literally told people what your motivation was. Good God. And then wildly speculate about yourself. Okay, listen. As a person who leans left on a lot of things, okay? And y'all know this about me. I lean left. But as Tommy puts it, Tommy likes to say I'm more like a 90s left person, okay? Which I am. I'm not the pussified one of 2024. Sir, you were completely soying out in that video. You were soying out so much that you were being the white savior to Native Americans to where it was practically racist. That's how white savior you were being in that video. So yeah, it is what it is. That's what you were doing. Yeah, exactly, Sosa. He was soying out for real, like bad.
You know, that often aren't true. And, you know, I definitely am guilty of doing that in the past, even in the bad conservative horror movie video. So I kind of wanted to talk more about me here than other people, which is something I don't really do all that much. One of the biggest things that has kind of always surprised me, my whole, like, career on YouTube, is people thinking that I hate Christians. And I don't at all. I don't hate religious people at all. I myself am a Methodist, and I have gone to annual conference with the Methodists for the past, I think, 4 years because I have an invested interest in how the church is dealing with LGBT members, which is an ongoing thing with the Methodists. I don't hate Christians at all.
Wait, who said he hated Christians? I mean, I understand that he was using that against Wendigoon, but did I think he hated Christians? Oh, what is a Methodist? It's basically another type of Christian. It's Methodists are under the Christian umbrella, you know, but it's like where you have Baptist, Pentecostal, Methodist, it's all under the Christian umbrella. So, yes, Methodist is Christian. Yeah, a Protestant denomination. Thank you, Lexi.
I can be very critical of Christians. I don't like evangelicals. I don't like proselytizers. And usually if I'm being critical of religious people, it's because they're using the religion as part of their online brand. And if you're like mixing money or your business with your religion, that is almost certainly like a perversion of whatever your religion is teaching. And, you know, I don't want to get into anything. I'm not trying to like double down here with what I'm saying in this. I'm not trying to like critique people. I'm just trying to talk about where I come from with things. Because I'm realizing like a big issue with my writing is saying something and just assuming that people understand what I mean, instead of actually trying to explain my point more, because I cover a lot of points in videos, and sometimes I'm guilty of hitting a point really quick and then moving on, especially
Okay, now, wait a minute. I'm not mad at him for that, okay? Does he actually learn that maybe he needs to put more explanation because what comes out of his mouth is absolutely horrible and people got angry at him? I agree with you, Austin. The problem is Wendigoon did his religious stuff in the most respectful and reasonable way. Yeah, Wendigoon is respectful about it. He's not on Twitter like slamming it in your face. Okay? You know Wendigoon is a Christian. Okay? I'm not a Christian. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna watch Wendigoon's videos about, you know, anything to do with stuff like that. However, his audience likes it. But he's very respectful about it. Yeah, he's chill. Exactly, Olivia. He's chill. You know, I don't mind people being Christians. I'll talk to people who are Christians. Just don't pound it. Don't try to pound it into my face and make me believe what you believe. Just don't do that and we're good. You know, you believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. Let's talk about drama. Or let's talk about, you know, how cool this picture is, or, you know, something stupid like that. I don't want to talk about religion.
Because I kind of am also guilty of making a lot of my work assuming wrongly that people are familiar with my past and my like work as well. I kind of make every video, or did make every video, as a sequel to all of my previous work. And that kind of came up twice with the Bad Conservative Horror Movie video. One was an offhanded mention to Lovecraft that I talked about, where people were like, what the f is he talking about? Like, and you know, like, because I had made like a 2-hour video about Lovecraft in the past, I felt like I could just make an offhanded, like, quick one-sentence reference to Lovecraft and it not be a big deal, and not explain it. You know what I mean? Because I just assumed people will get what I'm talking about because of that video. And another big one that came with is when I talked about race in Appalachia. A lot
Bruh. That was one of my biggest problems with you, what you're about to talk about right now. Oh my God.
of people weirdly thought that I was northern or not from Appalachia. People were saying, like, you know, Appalachia sends its regards and shit like that. But, like, you know, I've lived in the Appalachian Mountains basically my whole life. And I made like a 2+ hour video explaining my complicated views.
Well, wait a minute. So if you've lived there your whole life, then are you automatically racist then? Because that's the way you made it sound in your video. I'm just saying, if you've lived there all your life, then that must make you automatically racist. Because I remember what you said in that video. Ellis, isn't that deep south? It's up in the mountains, Ellis. It's, Appalachia is, it goes through, it's either 11 or 13 states from the south going up north. It's basically, it's mountain people, it's mountain folks. Ka for 2. He's from Asheville. He doesn't think he is. Asheville is actually well known to be a very liberal city in the mountains
Of the American South, with the Joanne Denton video, where I talked about how, like, I love North Carolina and how I've lived here my entire life, and how much of an impact this place has had on me. But also to pretend that the South doesn't have a major problem with racism is, like, kind of insane. You know, and I talk in that video about, like, the heavy Klan presence in areas of North Carolina. I talk about casual social racism and stuff like that. So, like, I felt like I was okay to make a one-sentence, like, throwaway thing because I'd already explained my position on that in the past.
Yeah, but you didn't explain it in the video. Yes, obviously, there is that issue in the South, okay? I know it to be true. I live in the South. I'm from the South. I have family going all the way down to Georgia, okay? I have family all throughout the South. Believe me, I know, all right? But you have to explain that point, because if you just say the stupid shit you said, people aren't going to get it. They're going to take it the other way.
I don't hate Appalachians. I live here. And I have chosen to live here for a long time now. And, you know, the reaction to that in particular, I think, was really strong. And, you know, there was also a lot of criticism saying that, like, I didn't handle the situation gracefully. Which I didn't. But also I'd like to see anybody that would. You know, things got really intense there. My entire town a few weeks ago was basically destroyed from the hurricane. And, like, there were, like, tweets still 5 months later saying, well, at least In Praise of Shadows probably died in that. You know, things were really...
Okay, I disavow that comment. If someone actually said that, I disavow it. And his city, Asheville, not even city, that town got destroyed. Like, literally obliterated. Completely destroyed.
Really hot and uncomfortable. You didn't see the best side of me in that. And that's all that I can say. It was a bad day for me. It was a bad period for me. You know, I was kind of made into this, like, cartoon character where I am impossible to get along with people who are on the right, which is actually not true at all. I know this sounds, like, made up, but the guy that I hired to work on the set with me for the John Waters video was wearing a Make America Great Again hat, like, the entire time we were working. But he does a good job, and that's just the realities of living in the American South. I am not this insane person who, like, it's impossible to get along with.
That's not how you were talking in your video. That's not how... Your whole basis about Wendigoon and his friends was because they were a bunch of people on the right and gun-toting crazy people. That was your whole... What? That's exactly the way you made it look in the video. Bro. No. Did you listen to your own video? Because that's exactly what you made it sound like. My God. What?
So yeah, and with the Appalachian thing came an added commentary that I was kind of surprised about, where a lot of people said that I hate poor people or I look down on people, that I like hate lower income individuals, which like I'm a lower income individual in Appalachia. Like I don't hate anybody like that. I don't hate anybody at all. I think that everybody should have their needs met no matter what they believe. You know, as far as like reviews are concerned, I am gay, and with that comes like a certain level of snobbery with like the arts and stuff like that. But because I like have high
Wait, what? Wait, I gotta hear that again.
I think that everybody should have their needs met no matter what they believe. You know, as far as like reviews are concerned, I am gay, and with that comes like a certain level of snobbery with like the arts and stuff like that. But because
Okay. A certain level of snobbery with the arts and stuff like that is because you're gay? Being gay has nothing to do with snobbery. Oh my God, bro. No. Oh my God. Bless his heart.
because I like have high expectations of works of art does not mean that I hate poor people. Okay, I don't think that certain people should be in power. I don't think that certain people should have social power. And in that, I kind of want to get into the conservative video itself. Okay, so in the like hating poor people thing, apparently I also don't like normal guys. And like the thing that's kind of funny about that is that like kind of this whole situation came about because I was a normal guy. So like I'm notoriously difficult to get a hold of. And that's because I'm not really online at all. I don't tweet. I genuinely don't spend much time on Twitter at all. I don't have any other social media. Before this, I was getting on Discord like once every like 6 months. For the most part, I'm not friends with other online content creators. I probably watch in between 3 and 5 YouTube videos a month.
Wait, so then you decided, wait. So you're not online, you're not on Twitter, you watch maybe 5 YouTube videos a month, and you decided to go after Wendigoon? And now I have to ask, why did you decide to go after Wendigoon then? What? Wait, why did you go after Wendigoon then? Because actually, I will say this. That explains the bad information that he had. That actually explains the bad information that he had, to be honest. Oh my God.
And that is not like a dig at other YouTubers. That's not saying that they don't make excellent work, because there's a lot of great work on YouTube. But like, it comes to like this thing where like, back when I used to make comics, I would draw comics all day. And the last thing I'd want to do when I finished drawing for 10 hours would be to like pick up comics and read them before I went to bed. You know, like I didn't want my entire existence to be comics. I wanted inspiration from everywhere in my life. And so I used to watch a lot of YouTube, like back before I was a YouTuber. But then I started making videos, and you know, I make videos all day long, and I don't want to like turn around and then like watch more YouTube videos.
Actually, that kind of makes sense. It's like commentary YouTubers, right? Fun fact, a lot of us commentary YouTubers, we really don't watch commentary YouTubers. I only have a select few that I actually watch like for fun. Most of the commentary videos that I ingest is with y'all on a live stream. I watch stuff that I can just completely check out. You know, like there's this one show called Kevin Lang that I watch on YouTube. He puts it out every Saturday. And what they do is like guess the GPA of this person, or guess who the astronaut is, because I can just sit there, watch it, and laugh and have fun and not have to think. I watch stuff like that when I'm not in commentary YouTuber mode.
So like when I say I don't watch like a lot of YouTube, it's not to put down other creators, but just to try and to explain how this situation happened, because the why is kind of, you know, self-apparent. And so when you're not an online person, but you feel compelled to write a piece about online culture, looking at it from a distance, trying to figure out what is real, it's a different kind of research. And I totally was not the guy to do that job. I felt like it was important. I felt like nobody else would do it. And I knew that the reaction was not going to be good. I knew it was going to be bad. So kind of most of my mistakes and problems came from that, though. Because like, I didn't know who Sneeko was before I made that video.
No,
and I didn't
you
really
didn't
know who he was when I posted that video. And
Okay, wait a minute. He's actually explaining why he had bad information in that video. And I get it. Then you should have never made the damn video. Okay? If you do not have full information on the people that you were talking about, then you should not have made that video, bro. Lack of research, exactly.
And so while it's like really serious, and I admit that, and I am sorry, I took the video down like immediately because I realized the video had major problems. But like, it also at the same time, in retrospect, is a little bit funny that I tried to be like, this guy's the worst, at least, you know, according to Hitler. And like, you know, I f***ed it. I f***ed it pretty bad. And there's...
Okay. All right, I'm not mad at that. I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's kind of cringy what he's saying, but I'm honestly not mad at this. Like, at least he's giving you a reason why he f***ed up, but at least he's telling you, yeah, I f***ed up. A lot of people don't even do that.
There's not really a lot else I can say about it. You know, what's done is done. I can't take it back. But also, ultimately, that's like what a whole section of YouTube is about. I may have done that really badly, but like, there are channels that just exist just to talk shit about people like all the time. And I don't want to be that guy.
No, who does that? What channel? I need to know what channels are out there that they are designed to talk shit about people. Who? I want names right now. I want names. Who does that? What channels are created to talk shit about people? Never. Never. Morgan like, it's Xylie gets real. Thank you, Morgan. You're a snitch. Look at you.
I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to escalate the situation. I'm just trying to describe my perspective of how this happened. Because at the end of the day, everything's fine. You know, I f***ed up. But also, nobody that I mentioned in that video was harmed at all. You know, everybody's doing fine. And that's kind of like how that genre of YouTube works anyway.
Okay, listen, nobody was harmed at all in that video. You're absolutely right. You know why? Because they rained down on you like the Avengers. Okay? It was apocalyptic on what they did to you. Oh my God. It was so bad. Yeah, you didn't hurt them. That's damn sure.
The whole drama machine ultimately just exists for money. And I shouldn't have been a part of that.
True.
I shouldn't have contributed to that. I felt like there were important points to make. I did not word them well. I had no chill. I could have done pretty much everything in that better. But you live and learn. You know, I don't know what else to say. Okay,
I think that's really important. You live and learn. Now, I don't know what he's going to say in the next 7 minutes. All right? But I will say this. Up until this point, I am not mad at this video. It's one of those things that you download it, you hold it, and if he does it again, you throw it right back at him. This is where the waiting game starts. Because maybe, just maybe, he actually did learn from it. Because people mess up all the time. Let's be real, people mess up all the time. You know? And the only thing he can really do is push forward and make content. And if he doesn't do it again, guess what? That means he learned. And that's what we want, right? Isn't that the whole point of calling people out? Is for them to learn? You know? That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of calling people out. So yeah, I mean, if he goes so far, again, I haven't watched the rest of this video. Well, we're going to see. But so far, that's my feeling on it. You know, if he moves forward and doesn't do it again, well, all right. He knows he f***ed up and he learned. Yeah, exactly, pretty idiot. Mess up, genuinely own up, and push on. Exactly.
Other than, I will do better, and I kind of want to get into, like, personal criticisms against myself now. Because I think that's a good segue. So, like, with that video, there was a lot of comparison to the Dan Olson video that came out soon after mine and the H-Bomber Guy plagiarism video. There was a lot of, like, comparing the three of us, and I think, like, the only commonality between those three videos is YouTubers talking about YouTubers, with two of them being good videos and one of them being, like, a really bad video. But people were ascribing, like, saying that I was jealous, and that's why I was making that video.
Bro, you sounded jealous. The way you wrote that video, you sounded jealous. When you start pocket watching others in a video, you sound jealous. I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy because he was pocket watching. Exactly. He cried about money. Exactly, Wrangler. He did. He literally cried about money. So I think that was a normal criticism that you got.
But people were ascribing, like, saying that I was jealous, and that's why I was making that video. And I just want to say, I am not a jealous man, and I never have been. I have never made a single video on YouTube to chase trends. I have never made a video because someone made a popular video like that. That is not the kind of guy that I am, and
Okay.
I never will be. I've always made what I think is interesting, what I am compelled to do, what I think is right to do. I can definitely work on my tone with critical pieces, but like,
Okay.
I wasn't doing that video as a ripoff of somebody else's style. For better or worse, that video was authentically me. And to prove that, you can go back and watch the video on Encyclopocalypse that I did the previous summer that has like the exact same tone and wording and style and presentation of that bad conservative horror movie video. They're very, very similar. I feel like as far as critically, this was very me. If it came across as being a ripoff of somebody else, that was not the goal.
No, I didn't take it as a ripoff of somebody else. I took it as you were jealous. I didn't take it as a ripoff. I mean, I did see people comparing him to H Bomber guy. I did see that. I don't know about the second person. I don't know who that is. But you did come across like you were jealous just because of the way you were talking about the money and how like you could barely pay rent and yet he's a young millionaire and stuff like that. You sounded jealous. And yeah, I mean, like you said, maybe you need to work on your tone there, buddy, because, bruh.
I feel like that came across to some people and not to some people, but that's all I have to say on that. But similarly to the Encyclopocalypse video, I wasn't trying to ruin anybody's life. I wasn't doing this because I wanted a lot of views. In fact, I did know that people were going to hate this. You can go back on my Twitter, and like weeks before I posted it, I said, my next project people are really going to hate. If I said that people are really going to hate this, then that doesn't line up with the narrative of me doing it because I wanted to be popular. With the jealousy thing, like, it feels very strange to me. Because to my ears, it's like critiquing the president and saying something that you don't like that the president did. And then somebody saying, well, you're just saying that because you want to be president. And like, no. I assure you, I don't want to be the president.
I promise you that's what you sounded like in that video. I promise you that's exactly what you sounded like. You sounded like you were jealous. Bruh.
Critical pieces can exist on people without them like destroying people, and I actually say that in the bad conservative horror movie video. I said with the John Squire section of that video that I don't want to ruin people's lives because of things that they've said, that I think that we should be forgiving and open to people changing. And if it was just some like dumb thing said like as an 18-year-old, who gives a shit? Everybody said really dumb things when they were a kid, and that shouldn't be held against them. I just saw things that I just...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What?
Changing. And if it was just some like dumb thing said like as an 18-year-old, who gives a shit? Everybody said really dumb things when they were a kid, and that shouldn't be held against them.
Do the Boogaloo Boys come up in your brain when you say that? You had a whole section of what Wendigoon had, like that little website thingy or whatever that he had with the Boogaloo Boys. He was a child when he first started that. And then he left them because it was getting way too like, bruh, I'm out. I'm not doing this. And he left. But you used it against him. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Tom was literally 16 and he held him accountable. There you go. Tom was 16 when he did those Discord messages. Whew. And Tom's going to hear that the rest of his life. Tom's going to hear about those Discord messages the rest of his life. People are going to hold on to those screenshots so long. You're going to see those screenshots 10 years from now, and they're going to be so grainy, you're basically not going to be able to read them. Yeah, exactly, Sliggins. Wendigoon left before it got bad, but yet he was like in middle school when he made that site or made that talking board or whatever the hell it was, and he left because it was getting bad. He consciously left, and you threw it against him. He was literally a kid. See, this is where he didn't do his research.
Just saw things that I disagreed with from people that I felt like had a big public platform. Being critical of that doesn't mean that you want their lives to be ruined. I ultimately was making that as an invitation for wanting people to do better. And if the one person who comes out of bad conservative horror movie deciding to do better is me, then that's a good thing.
No, I agree. I actually agree with that statement. Bye, Mater. Have a good night. Or day. Go vote. No, I actually do agree with that. Yeah, no, I hope he does do better. I hope he does do better.
You know, one of the major criticisms of me that came up a lot in that time period was related to citing sources, which I fully upfront admit I can be a lot better at. And starting from now, I will be. The John Waters video, if you go and look at it, has a full works cited in the description. Historically, I do try and show where I get my information from, but I always try to do it in a visual way. Historically, I would say according to Variety, and then I'd throw up a screenshot of the Variety article, and post that so everybody could see the title and where I got it from, but being done in kind of a fun visual way. Clearly, people don't really like that, so I can do a full traditional works cited where I list everything from now on. My entire career, I have tried to approach everything with compassion and understanding and love. And you don't have to believe that, but I hope that my track record shows that. You saw me on a really bad day. And I have tried for the past 5 months to really reckon with that and actually confront that. I didn't want to put out an apology video 2 days afterwards because nobody learns things in 2 days.
He's not wrong. I'm going to be honest with you. The people who put out apology videos right after it happens, sometimes they can be the most disingenuous ones, So, I mean, I get it. I actually kind of get what he's saying here.
That's just reacting. It's not listening to what people say and acting. And there's a big difference there. And like everyone, I'm a work in progress. I want to be the best me that I can be. And I'm not saying that to protect my money. I'm not saying that to protect my reputation. I'm saying that because it's true. And if I wanted to protect my money, or my reputation, I would have done this on the main channel. You're only watching this if you sought this out, So it is what it is. People can think what they want of me. I will continue to do better. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's all you can do. And that's what you need to do. Because I promise you, if you don't, they're going to throw this video back at you. And I will be one of them. I promise. I promise. Hopefully he did learn something.
I'm sorry for everything. Genuinely, where I f***ed up, for not having any chill, for just being a kind of an asshole. So I guess that's where I'm going to leave this. I'm going to be doing more videos on here. I'm going to try and do near weekly videos on here. I think that's kind of fun. I'm going to try and do... They won't be unscripted like this. They will be scripted, but they will be shorter form. I'm aiming for 10 to 20 minute videos on obscure, weirder movies. A lot of them not really good movies, but interesting in their badness or amateurness, and hopefully that'll be a good time. And then for the main channel, I'm just going to focus on really big videos there that I put everything I have into, like I did with the John Waters one. So what I'm going to do on the main channel is probably every other video, I'll do franchise video, then big video, then franchise video, then big video. Or
is that all you talk about in the last... Okay,
I'll
he
find
only has
a rhythm
left.
that works and is kind of fun, and I'll listen to people and stuff like that. This has put me in a weird place, but a place that has allowed me growth. I had been in a rut for a while. You can see the cracks all over a lot of my work, kind of from at least the Carrie video on. I just had a lot going on in my life. I was going through it, and I don't even want to talk about that because people will be like, oh, he's scapegoating things, and, but I f***ed up. And I guess that's all I could say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do better. Thanks for listening for this. I know this was kind of rambly. Sorry if that was kind of hard to follow, but I'll do better.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not outraged by this video. I'm not. I mean, listen, could he explain some things a little bit better? Sure. But he is recognizing that he f***ed up. And a lot of people don't even want to do that. This is when the waiting game starts. And if he pulls shit like that again, we'll know he didn't learn.